Good day, class. This is your Owop facilitator, Sir Michael. And welcome to today's lesson. Today we'll be talking about population and settlement. Population and settlement. So now let's come to the board and then let's look at what population is. Now when we say population, population refers to the total number of people living in a particular area within a particular time. Exactly. Population refers to the total number of people living in a particular area within a particular time. So let's say your community that you live in, right? If you are told to find the population within that year, right? So that's how you are going to find the population within that year. So you go house by house and then you count the number of people who are in each houses. That will make up what the population in the area. So within that month, that's the specific time, the particular time, we've gotten the population of the people living in that area. Exactly. Now, settlement. When we say settlement, settlement refers to an area where people live. Settlement refers to an area where people live. Now, when you look over here, you can also see something over here. We have rural areas and then what? We have what? Urban areas. What? They are all what type of areas where people live, or type of settlements. You can also see rural settlement or what? Urban settlement. When we move forward, we learn more about what? The types of settlements. Exactly. But for now, we're going to talk about these ones. Now, let's look at some of the differences between what? Rural and what? Urban areas. What makes rural and urban areas different? Exactly. Now, in rural areas, there is small population, right? There's a small population. The people who live in what rural areas can be about 200 or 300 or 500 maximum. Exactly. And then there are few buildings, right? The houses over there, they are very few. Exactly. Because in rural areas, the people who live over there are not plenty, so there are what few buildings over there. Number 3, people live far apart, right? You can travel so long before you even see someone. Sometimes you can walk for a long distance before you see someone's house. Exactly. So, the 4th one, crop farming, animal rearing, and hunting are jobs they get money from. Exactly. So these are some of the jobs they get money from. So simply, you can also say that rural areas can also be referred to as what? Villages. Exactly. You can be referred to as what? Villages. Sometimes you can walk a long distance for about maybe 3 kilometers before you find someone's house. Exactly. And then the last one, few public facilities. So when you say public facilities, you can make mention of what? Hospitals. You can make mention of what? Gyms. You can make mention of what? There are so on, and public taps and all those things. Exactly. You can make public. You can make mention of more. There are few of them in such communities as compared to what? The urban areas. So now that we know of the rural areas, let's see over here the urban areas. Okay. So in the urban areas, there is a larger market. Exactly. There are what? Larger markets. So in the urban areas, there are larger market. Means the market over there is very big. There are a lot of things that they sell over there, and then most of the things that they sell are gotten from what? The rural areas. Exactly. That is animals, meat, vegetables, fruits. They are all gotten from what? The crop farming in what? The rural areas. And then number 2, availability of white collar jobs. Availability of white collar jobs as compared to what? The rural areas where crop farming, hunting, and all those things are their means and ways of getting money. White collar jobs are also what? Means and ways that what? Urban areas also what? Get money from. Exactly. Number 3, availability of more public facilities. So as compared to the rural areas where there are few public facilities, in the urban areas they are what? Bigger and then what? More facilities. So for example, the hospital like this, there can be a hospital in the rural area, but then when it comes to the urban area, it's very big, right? And then maybe there can be more private hospitals and more public hospitals too. They are all facilities. Exactly. Number 4, larger population. Larger population as compared to the urban area where you can find about 500 people living in one community, or maybe 1,000, or maybe 500. when you come to the urban area, sometimes you can also find about 3,000 people, 5,000 people living in the urban areas, exactly, depending on which area you live, exactly. And then there are lots of buildings. So as compared to the rural areas, same thing, where there are few buildings because their population is very few. Here there are lots and lots and lots of buildings, exactly. When you walk to your front, sometimes when you take 3 steps or 4, you can find a building over here, you find a building over there, exactly. So this is all for today. I'm going to give you guys a short exercise of what you've learned so far. God bless you. Stay safe.